Okay, back for video 4 here. So you have these two groups really interacting much more in many ways than you do in the US. You have a lot of street children, kids literally living and working on the streets in Brazil. And that's what I saw when I visited for the first time as a senior in college. And I decided I wanted to do something to help a little bit. So I raised some money. To go down and live in Brazil for 2 years to work with Meninos de Rua, as they're called, street children, with this organization, Projeto Axé. Now, Axé is that word for force in Yoruba. This is their website back from 2017. And so I worked for that organization at the youth center that they had teaching computers. I would actually go out on the street and talk to kids on the street, try to convince them to get off the street, go to the youth center, learn some music, dance, go to school, etc. It was an amazing experience. Brazil also has tremendous regional inequalities, has these filhos de papai, the sons of mommy and daddy, extremely wealthy, enjoying life, and then you can see the favelas, the urban slums, how different they are, and that difference, without shoes here, that difference is often racial as well. As so many of the wealthier Brazilians are white, so many of the poorer Brazilians are black. And again, that connects to historical circumstances, to the existence of slavery in Brazil, which lasted even beyond the United States into the 1880s. Sometimes this breaks down where you have teenagers from the favelas going into the ritzy malls, and of course people in the ritzy malls getting scared. Now I want to show you some shocking photos of Brazil. Prepare yourself. Things you've probably never seen before. Let's take a look. Okay, we have people living on the street right next to the beautiful water. This was actually my computer lab when I worked down there with Projeto Axé. You see the whole computer lab had 2 computers. This was back in 2002, but there were a lot of computers in the world in 2002. I was just getting started. This means, o que você sabe sobre isso? What do you know about this? And I would just post things on there with information to get students interested about the world. This was a street bus that would go around to interest kids living and working on the street. His name was Marcos Fernandão, wonderful street educator. Kids could go on the bus, read a book, etc., and then hopefully get interested in something else besides life on the street, or realize that there was a different opportunity or option for them. To join the organization. These were a couple of my former students. So once you join Projeto Axé, you could learn a different skill: music, dance, capoeira, art, in addition to school itself. This was Ricardo and Luis, who were wonderful musicians. And this is me at age 22, okay, with some of the students from my program, George, Eddie, Luis, Jefferson, etc. So there were a couple of guys working on computers back then, learning some basic computer skills. This was me with my fellow street educator, Junior, who lived in the favelas and was working at Projeto Axé and paying to go to college. And we would go out on the street together to talk to kids living and working on the streets. And it was an amazing experience. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. This is one of my students, Ila, who ended up dropping into the program. She was brilliant, super smart. Her mom was a drug dealer. Her boyfriend was a drug dealer. She ended up getting pregnant at about age 14 or 15 and dropping out of the program, which was a huge shame. This was the founder of Projeto Axé, Cesare Florio della Rocca, who is an Italian priest who visited Brazil, saw the problem, created this amazing organization, and eventually left the priesthood, basically, to do this type of work. And this was me after I shaved my head there. It was so hot in Brazil. Some of the guys